Bad Boys, an amazing movie starring Will Smith as Mike Lowry and Martin Lawrence as Marcus Burnett that took a different spin on the buddy cop genre. Not to mention the feature-length directorial debut of Michael Bay. The guy literally started off with a bang. These movies became such a cult classic, with good balance of action and comedy, full of one-liners, explosions, guns, and Reggie.
Who the fuck is Reggie?
Bad Boys was actually supposed to be a somewhat serious film, with a little bit of attention-breaking jokes in it. But then, when the second film came along, Michael Bay knew exactly what the audience wanted. What's more insane is the Bad Boys series is the only time Martin Lawrence and Will Smith have worked together. For two guys with such good chemistry, that's just mind-blowing. I guess when you have something special, you don't really want to overuse it, otherwise it's gonna become stale and boring, which is not a bad idea. But as I've said in the Scarface review, every great movie that comes out, there's always some game company that's just gonna sink their teeth into the success, and well, this is gonna be fun. It's not gonna be fun, is it? Also known as Bad Boys Miami Takedown in the US, it was developed by Blitz Games, the same company that made Sneak King. The sleep paralysis demons, bro. Does sleep paralysis demons? How do Blitz Games keep getting franchise games? Basically, apart from Fusion Frenzy, all they've been doing is games based on TV shows and movies. They've latched on to SpongeBob, Puss in Boots, Bratz, Fairly Odd Parents, a few Disney films, and even Michael Phelps. Basically, these game companies target the niche market. So for kids, they try to target Bratz and SpongeBob. But when it comes to adults, they usually go after the people that don't play video games often with movies and TV show games. Do you like popular movie and specific TV show?
Why yes, I do like popular movie and specific TV show.
Do you sometimes play video games?
Why yes, for the sake of this sketch, I do sometimes play video games.
Then you will love Blitz Games, a video game based specifically on popular movie and TV show.
Why yes, I would like the video game based on specific movie and or TV show.
Sit, boo-boo, sit. Good dog.
Bad Boys 2 picks up the story after the events of the second film. Then why do they call it Bad Boys 2 in the European market? Couldn't they have just come up with a different name, like, I don't know, Bad Boys 2.5 or Miami Takedown? It was released in 2004 on the PC, PS2, Xbox, and GameCube. I actually own the Xbox and PS2 ports. However, there is no change in gameplay or story, so I'm gonna play the Xbox version because the gun controls were a bit better due to the trigger buttons on the back. That's very rare that I do that. Oh, the Xbox fanboys are typing their comments now. Looking at the cover and, oh yeah, we've got Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. That eases my suspicion that they weren't actually going to be a part of this game. On the back and whoa, there's a lot going on here. We've got explosions, helicopters, and a police badge. Oh, and by the way, there is a first and third person viewpoint. It must be important since they've put it on the box twice. Well, no time like the present. Let's get into it. Empire Interactive was part of this as well. So I guess this is going to be really good or really bad. And the only way we're going to find out is if we ask the Magic 8 Ball app. Oh, Magic 8 Ball, will this game be a good game?
$7.5 million. So tell me, Mr. Akimov, exactly when were you thinking of telling me that you were trying to rip me off?
Who the fuck is that guy?
We always intended to get it back, to make good.
Not the upholstery! You got all your characters here. We've got intro guy with a scar, girl with the boobs, and
Mendoza!
talking about how they lost $7.5 million because of the TNT. Setting up the plot line that the Russian mafia has to sell drugs to get
Mendoza!
money back. And this ties into the movie how? It all ties in because they mention Johnny Tapia, the antagonist from the second film that somehow worked under him.
Your colleague Tapia. The same crew took him down.
Johnny Tapia was a punk, a stupid punk. Now he's a dead punk. Didn't have the brains or the balls.
This opening scene does look pretty shit, but they're using the assets from the in-game characters. I'm not sure if it came down to cost, but it did work. But I won't accept the 8 bottles of Vaso on the camera. Why is it so blurry? Also, side note, everybody's hands look like Danny DeVito's penguin. Here we go. Bad Boys 2. Let's get into it. Jesus Christ, could they have made that gunshot any more louder? Gather round, children, for it's story time. We open with 2 people pulling into a diner. The lady goes up to the counter, and after a weird, awkward stare with 2 other guys, the car just explodes.
Oh my god, no.
You think you could use a little bit more emotion? 2 gangsters walk up, and we just fade to black.
Lowry, Burnett, where the hell are you guys?
Oh, no. That's supposed to be Captain Howard? That doesn't sound like Joe Pantoliano at all. Maybe they didn't get him because of, I don't know, licensing agreements, but I'm sure they'll have Will Smith and Martin Lawrence since they make the franchise.
Let's get them. Teach these punks to screw with the TNT.
Okay, that's not Will Smith. I'm guessing that he was too busy to do voice acting. I mean, it was his prime, so... But I'm sure they'll have Martin Lawrence.
Bank plans. Oh, don't tell me these punks are looking to broaden their portfolio.
Was that supposed to be Martin Lawrence? That wasn't Martin Lawrence at all. Oh, are you kidding me? We just started. How could you not have the most important part in the Bad Boys franchise? You could argue they didn't have the money to afford them, but my response is, don't make a game based on Bad Boys. Marcus just sounds forced, and it's a common thing throughout the entire game. As a matter of fact, who even voiced this game? Okay, It's only just has the programs. Doesn't even have the voice actors in the credits. Are they really ashamed of the voice acting that they didn't even give the voice actors credits? What a bunch of dicks! I honestly don't understand why they had to base a game on the Bad Boys franchise when it has nothing to do with this at all. The player models and the voices have nothing to do with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Even the music has nothing to do with Bad Boys. The only thing it does have is Miami and Will Smith and Martin Lawrence on the cover of the game. This is straight up false advertisement. They could have made the exact same game with a different title and different characters, but no, they had to stick the Bad Boys logo on it because of money. We start off in the diner looking for the lady earlier because she is one of the TNT agents. We battle our way through the kitchen and we rescue her and... Wait. She had a gun the entire time? There was literally a guy in front of you and you didn't even bother to shoot him. This game is a hallway shooter, pretty much leads you in one direction with no room to explore, which kinda sucks when there are a few collectibles like secret guns, protective shields, and grenades. What you can also do is collect evidence. Each level has 4 pieces of evidence. 3 of them are always going to be the same. A brick of cocaine, drug money, and liquid drugs. But there's always a story-driven piece of evidence that plays into the next level. But all it really does is unlock target range and mugshots, so if you're a completionist, it's pretty pointless. We carry on to the next part of the level going through an arcade.
Now that's what I call a shoot 'em up.
Oh god, it's self-aware. The controls are pretty good. You move with the left thumbstick, aim with the right, and to shoot, you use the right trigger. While you're aiming, if your icon turns orange on an enemy, that means you can lock on. You can do so by holding the left trigger. You can take cover by pressing X on a marked point. To move out of cover, you can use the left thumbstick rather than using the left trigger. You can also zoom with the A button to give more of an accurate shot. Each gun is different when it comes to the zoom feature, so the game is more balanced. You can defeat an enemy in different ways, shooting them, using explosives, or by disarming them. To disarm them, all you have to do is shoot the guns out of their hands. This is a pretty cool feature, and I don't think any other game has done this. What is also great about it is that you could even go for a pacifist playthrough. But there's always going to be multiple enemies, and the guns are going to get more and more powerful as you play through, so it's really up to the player. But just be careful, because you can accidentally execute your enemy, and this happens a lot with guns like shotguns. What is another good feature is no matter how big and powerful they are, one shot to the head takes them down. Another cool feature is the total damage cost. Anything that can get destroyed has a price value. Even this House of Cards stack has a price to it. Oh my god! This feature's both good and bad, but I'll get to the bad part later. It's weird because when I checked the reviews of this game, not a lot of reviewers mentioned the controls, and to be honest, I think at its time was probably one of the best controlled shooters. I know what you're gonna say, it's one of the best. Halo 2 came out. I'm fully aware of that. That came out the same year. One of the best. Next we fight through the baby demons compound. Hey Mike, I'm gonna follow you. Where we going?
Well, I guess I'll go fuck myself.
But that's okay, I've got grenades, so I can get these guys at the back here.
Oh, what a throw. The guy's got an arm like a leg.
We shoot our way through the baby demon's compound to find the leader, Bossu. This boss battle's pretty easy. Just wait for your opportunity to shoot him and you're all good. Each small storyline is done up in 5 acts. Each act has roughly 3 chapters in it. At the end of each chapter, you get a score summary. At the end of the act, you get a final score summary and a grading. It's simple. The less you destroy, the more evidence you get, and the more enemies you arrest gives you a better grading. To start up the next act, we're stopping a bank robbery.
I'm Boston Williams. Everyone who tries to stop me, I'll pop them. That's right, I'll pop them one at a time. Yeah, no one gets in my way. Not the damn TNT, not Tulio Mendoza, and no bunch of stupid commies who think they can grab a piece of my town.
I'll get back the money you lost. I'll put up with your shitty breath. I'll even listen to your constant doped-up bullshit. But no one calls me a commie.
That girl's got her priorities in check.
Let's...
Liquid orchid.
Hang on.
Another dead kid just
Does this
waiting to
music
happen.
sound a little familiar? It does, actually. Sounds like a ripped-off version of Breathe by The Prodigy. Anyway, we stopped the bank robbery and holy shit.
Well, that sorted itself out real quick, didn't it?
Oh, it's the Russian lady from earlier.
Holy shit, Larry. That chick drives like you.
Never mind the driving. Just follow that ass.
It really has come to my attention that the voice acting has become quite annoying quickly. They really tried to pull off the back and forth between Marcus and Mike, but it doesn't have the same feel to it like it does in the movie.
What the hell kind of gun is this?
What the hell's the matter with you now?
Real men's guns go boom. This thing just goes, sons of bitches, this is my bank.
You don't screw with a man's financial institutions. Oh, God damn it! I got a bullet in my ass.
Not something you want to be bragging about, Marcus.
It feels forced and some seem to be recorded at separate times. If you're going to do a back and forth with characters, wouldn't you want the voice actors to be in the same room feeding off each other? Anyway, we fight our way through an alleyway and we get the most annoying cutscene ever.
Why the hell you let her go?
I let her go. You're supposed to catch her. I was too busy watching your ass because you was too busy watching hers.
You too busy sticking your big fat head in front of my gun.
You guys are getting shot at.
Now we're in an Italian restaurant run by Russians?
Huh?
Alright, got shield and... Whoa.
Hey man, how's it hanging?
So now it turns out the Russian mafia is our enemy because they work with the Russian girl. We trap her on the top of the roof, but she manages to do a matrix jump from building to building, and now we're playing as Mike to chase her down. Up here it actually gives you a good look at what the visuals are like, and well, they're pretty plain and boring.
We had games like Half-Life and Halo, and looking at this, it either looked rushed or there was just no effort put in.
However, I will say it's a nice touch to put the Miami sign in the game, since it's one of the most iconic shots of the movie. Now we're fighting the Russian lady's gunship. This is the hardest boss in the whole game. Not only does the ship laser you when you get out of cover, it is constantly moving. But once you find the AK-47, all you gotta do is be patient and you'll get your shots in. Once you destroy the gunship, you find out the Russian mafia is running some stuff out of an art gallery, and we close out Act 2.
Alright, how did I do?
Execution's good?
Ain't I not supposed to do that?
Act 3 opens up in the art gallery.
Okay, Marcus, this is your lucky day. You get to find out what the hell this place is all about.
Well, how come I get all the shitty jobs?
Because I dress better than you.
That, sir, is not correct.
This art gallery level is one of the things I didn't like about the destruction mechanic. Not only can you destroy stuff, so can the enemies. If they miss you with a shot, they could be hitting the expensive painting behind you, causing major damage.
Now that's a lot of damage!
In this boardroom, they make the tough decisions, and they gotta use the technology that they have. As we fight through, we find out the Russians are working for
Mendoza!
There's no boss battle in this act, it's just a major shootout. This is the important part that I should say, that you should not die, because this bit of the end of the chapter that finishes the act, I got right to the end and then I died and it sent me all the way back to the start of the chapter. In the fourth act, you're battling through the docks. You start out as playing Mike with a sniper rifle, guiding Marcus through the docks. It's a pretty simple level. The fact that your partner can take a shitload of bullets just makes the snipering super easy. Marcus goes through the warehouse where we find Mendoza! And the other Russian dude having a meeting when we find out the cop that got killed in the opening scene has been working for Mendoza! The entire time.
That's impossible, Marcus. That's bullshit.
I know what I'm seeing, and I'm seeing Ray fucking Jackson, and he's knee deep in this shit.
How are they not even hearing him? His voice is echoing.
Looks like Mendoza's been here. It's all starting to fit together.
Oh yeah? Or could it be the fact that you saw him in the meeting a minute ago?
Anyway, we battle through the docks and now we get drawn to the boat, forcing Mike to jump onto the boat. Wait, how did Leanne get on the boat and get captured? She would have told us through the radio.
The story doesn't even make sense. Every twist is like rolling a 1 in D&D. I talked to the merchant.
Okay, do an ability check.
Okay. Ah, shit. I got a 1.
You walk up to the merchant, you turn around, and suddenly he's a 40-foot dragon and you die. After you snipe the bad guy who I don't actually care about and is absolutely useless in the head, we move on to the final act.
Oh, I like your style.
Hey, come on. What about my style? Without me, you'd both be dead by now.
Without you, we'd both be home by now.
Listen, there's a speedboat moored on the other side of the ship. We can use it to follow Mendoza.
Sounds good. We just gotta fetch him first.
Do we have to?
Yeah, I'll leave him here and his wife will kill me.
Ain't gonna bother saving your butts next time, assholes.
Ain't no ship like the friendship. Toot toot.
In the final act, we ride up to mansion to finish the game. Your enemies this time are Colombian cartels that are hired by We battle and snipe our way through to the second last boss. He's pretty easy. All you've got to do is move from cover to cover and just take your shots when they become available.
And this cutscene proves that his partner doesn't give a shit about Marcus.
Who's he?
He's a dead dude.
Nice. Come on.
I killed him myself.
Well done. Let's go.
We had a big gun, dude.
Jeez.
We keep battling our way through the mansion till we meet the final boss. He's a pretty simple boss. All he'll do is just aim for your partner, leaving him open for an attack. Once Marcus is close, he blows up the gun. Everything seems fine until swerve! Mendoza shoots the gun out of Mike's hand, but Marcus is quick, so he throws his gun to Mike, and Mike shoots Mendoza, and he goes flying through the window and into the opening scene of Kingdom Hearts. After that final cutscene, the game's over.
Wow, that was quick. How long did I actually play for?
2 hours, 24 minutes. This game was sold at full price and all you got was 2.5 hours of gameplay.
Why couldn't they have just put a car chasing scene or like an interrogation scene? You know, things that were in the fucking movie.
The game had great controls, but the fact that the voice acting was crap, the storyline didn't make sense, everything looked rushed and unpolished, and the fact that it's got the Bad Boy sticker on it, it just makes it look like a cash grab mess. If they took their time and didn't have it themed on the Bad Boys franchise, I'm pretty sure this game would have been good, but alas, it's just another crappy movie game.
Well, what a shame. But now that that's over, I can actually finally look forward to doing Ride to Hell. I almost forgot.
Once a jolly swagman camped by a
Oh, fuck that. It's nearly Australia Day. It's like the Australian version of Christmas. I wonder what game I'm gonna get.
A big thank you to everyone that is watching, guys. Thank you so much. You are awesome. If you've made it to the end, make sure you give this video a like, and why not share it with a friend? I'm sure they would like it. If you wanted to check out my socials, they are in the description below, both Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, also my Twitch, and you know what? I'll even put my Reddit and Snapchat down there as well, so check them out. And since this is the last 20 seconds of the video, why not check out the Santa Claus 2 review and my latest Job Island. That was my last game review. Also, I'm sick, in case you can't tell. Look, I'm all nasally. Ugh. So nasally. Oh god, that sounded weird. I'm sorry.